Can I quickly say this? If no one else knows this, have you seen the double down, or sorry, I would say the 180 reverse that Steven Crowder and everyone on the right is doing right now to try and distance themselves? And they have to actually do segments that says Hitler bad, Nazis bad. Like they have banners. They have paid graphic artists to design graphics that say Hitler bad that appear animated on their screens. That's how far gone they are.
Did you see the response?
Do that.
Yes, his audience,
and their own audience
pushing back.
Yeah, I know.
It's like they're reelecting the audience they cultivated and they're shocked by it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like, yeah, Crowder's own audience was like, whoa, bro, Hitler bad? Wait, what are we doing here?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, like, don't know where you're going with this, man. Come on, spicy takes.
Yeah, I have a video coming out about this tomorrow where basically both Marjorie Taylor Greene and Steven Crowder are facing blowback from their audiences because now Marjorie Greene, since there's a lot of pressure, she had to unequivocally denounce Nick Fuentes after months. You know, she legitimized him.
Okay, hold on, Mike. Do you know why? It's because they wouldn't give her an audience with Ye. That's why.
Oh, really?
She felt betrayed by them. So she straight up started dialing Milo and dialing Nick Fuentes and was like, yo, I hear you're with Ye. Like, can I please meet him? I want to do some stuff, blah, blah. And they were like, nah. And then shortly thereafter, she like did this whole release where she was like, I denounce Nick Fuentes. He's a neo-Nazi. How does no one know this? You know, all that kind of shit. It's like, how did you not know this? Well, you collaborated with him multiple times and give like speaking events with him. He's always been a neo-Nazi. This is not a secret. Like, what the fuck?
But now all the Groypers and the Nick Fuentes people have turned on her. And Nick Fuentes is instructing all of his minions to call her Large Marge and heckle her now. And this is the bed that you've made. These are the people who you aligned with. So no more shocked Pikachu faces when they say, actually, I don't know about that. When you literally have to say Hitler bad. Like Steven Crowder tweeted the picture of himself and he's like, I'm sure this is a message that we can all agree with. And if you look at his audience, they don't really agree with that. They thought that you were one of them. Like if you are shocked that, or I should say it this way, like, if you realize that Nazis don't think that you're one of them, then you should probably reevaluate what you're doing because you're attracting these people. And if you can't even say Hitler bad without getting pushback, you fucked up. You've cultivated a Nazi audience. And I like that they're realizing this as if that wasn't obvious from the beginning.
She is a Nazi. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about, bro? Like a neo-Nazi denouncing a neo-Nazi. She's a Nazi. She's a fucking Nazi. Like, again, we're making it's that thing again where we're acting like we need people to confess. She's a fucking Nazi. Like,
okay, but
members. They've collaborated before because they're both fucking Nazis.
But in this case, we have an actual example of someone who learned that the Holocaust was bad by going to a Holocaust museum.
Right.
And that's pretty bad. She gave a press conference outside of the Holocaust museum to be like, y'all, I just learned the Holocaust was bad. And I was like, God damn, that's what it took. All right, great work. Fucking gold star, A+, well done. You passed the assignment. It was bad.
Like she learned about it for the first time in her 50s. And how are these people in Congress? I mean, it's America, but still, how?
Wait. Again, I don't be tapped. I don't know how I'm on y'all's side of Twitter and somehow I be missing it. She did what? What about Holocaust? What about Marjorie? What did I miss?
Okay, no. So she was in a lot of hot water because she's deeply anti. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm hearing an echo.
Okay, hold on. I got this. I'll take over for Lance unless his mic.
Take over.
Oh wait, your mic. Oh, okay. He muted himself. Okay, so essentially, like a year or two ago, Marjorie Taylor Greene was spouting off all this shit. Just, oh my God, Nazis XYZ, the Holocaust isn't real, blah blah blah. And then the Holocaust Museum invites her, I believe the one in Washington D.C. I think, invites her to go there and have a private tour essentially and go through everything. She goes through it, has a press conference outside afterwards where she goes, oh my God, I just realized that the Holocaust had bad things that happened in it. Like it was that bad. She couldn't figure it out.
And she said like the same thing multiple times. I don't know exactly what she said, but it was COVID related where she was claiming that like wearing masks, the house floor mask mandate was comparable to the gold star that Hitler made the Jewish people wear. And she said that and then she doubled down and then tripled down. And even after she apologized, after she went to the Holocaust Museum, she said it again. And like she won't stop.
Because she be fucking lying, bro. She be no, that ass. She's just like, again, they be lying. She fucking you. If you don't know about shit, you literally don't comment on shit. Like, I don't talk about foreign affairs because I'm not a foreign affairs knowing ass bitch. I don't have nothing to say. I don't deny the events. I don't affirm the events. I don't have shit to say about it. Let me tell you how shit goes when you don't know anything about anything. The Bahamas, right, is a constitutionally Christian nation. There are no Jewish Bahamians. Ain't no Jewish people in the Bahamas. The only time I've ever heard Jewish people even discuss that all my entire life growing up in the Bahamas was in the Old Testament and religion class, because religion is a class. Everybody gonna take it. Constitution Christian. I don't know any Jewish people. My first day in America, I moved to Boca Raton. Right, lots of Boca, South Florida, lots of Jewish people at the time. Know nothing about them. First day of class, there was like a Jewish holiday coming up, and my teacher was like, "Oh, is anybody in the class Jewish? Is going to be observing that holiday?" And I remember when he said that, my instant reaction, like I chuckled, like, yeah, Jewish people, like fairies, like things that didn't exist, like, and immediately the whole class was like, pop, 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 pop. And you know what happened? I was like, oh, Jewish people exist. And that was the end. No more, no like Bible full of like bullshit to say, no conspiracies, no denouncements, no little theories, because that's what it's like when you don't know some shit. She fucking knows exactly what bullshit to say. She made an executive decision that's gonna piss them the fuck off. Like, I'm gonna deny the whole shit. She knows that's a fucking problem. She knows exactly what she's talking about. That's why she goes with denial. She's fucking with y'all. Like, she's fucking.
I don't know. I gotta disagree. Like, a shit ton of people talk about things they don't know anything about. Like, it happens all the fucking time. Yeah, but Taylor Greene is so goddamn stupid. It doesn't surprise me at all that she wouldn't know it. That doesn't mean that this absolves her all of a sudden, that she's all of a sudden a good person. It just means that I think she's dumb. Like, I don't think she did know. I don't think she was that. Don't get me wrong. She educated.
Is dumb. I'll never take that from her. She's dumb. I'm not. Like,
don't steal my truth.
Listen, I would never take that woman's truth away from her. That's a dumb bitch for sure. But what I'm saying is, as far as just the baseline, it's not like she became like. It's not like, oh, the issue is that she was not, a Holocaust savant or a Jewish savant, and then she, a lot of information had to be corrected. It's just a base level. Like, I'm gonna denounce this, right? I'm gonna say it didn't happen. You don't have to go. You don't have to have a personal tour. Like, that doesn't have to happen to know, like, no. Actually, this probably happened, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she would have come across the information before enough to know to say it doesn't exist. You have to come across the information that it does exist. The bitch had to know that much. She had to. Like,
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's my
argument. I also got to add, she was one of the people who said that we should have statues of Hitler, because we don't have statues of Hitler. How won't we learn about history? And that's weird, Like, how many statues would you need in your town to be able to teach you everything? Would the whole town just be statues? So by the time you get to school, you're like, oh, I've learned about which things are bad. And did we talk about the Jewish space lasers basically being responsible for the California being responsible for the California wildfires?
Yeah, don't forget
She thought the California wildfires were caused by Jewish space lasers. This is QAnon. Well, she's a QAnoner, so obviously QAnon level anti-Semitism, like conspiracy theories, like, of the highest order.
My thing about what always to me is, like, at the end of the day, like, I believe as dumb as they are, there to me is obviously strategy and planning and things that go into this, right? Because it's not a coincidence. Like, in Germany, you can't be a Holocaust denier is a problem, right? In the same way, they don't allow for statues and monuments and things like that celebrating. So it's not to me a coincidence. The specific things they choose, like we said, we already know they have a politics of plausible deniability. So it's not a coincidence to me. They choose the exact fucking fundamental things that have already been singled out as a historical problem and what is the worst level of not acceptable for people that know about this lived historical reality. They choose to go do that and be like, I don't know. But conveniently, specifically though, I'm gonna deny the event because I know they made that a law, and I would like some statues. Like,